Hey Spirit Island fans, Matt here. We're going to be playing Top Track Voice, which is a little bit different than how most people play Voice, which tends to focus on the card plays track to take advantage of Voice's very excellent right innate, and the fact that more plays enables you to do more pushing, and thus adding more strife. Top Track, on the other hand, gets you this useful push your incarna space, as well as 4 energy per turn, so you can do some majors. We're going to go G2 to add presence, uh, turn 1, adding 1 and then the sun and the moon, turn 2, 2 and then the air, and then 3, we'll go up to 4 card plays, or 4 energy and push your incarna. And then on the next turn, we're going to G3, gain a major, and grab 2 card plays and go with it. So let's get into it. Okay. This is not the best start, to be real, because our incarna is not next to anything that we want to touch, and we have limited incarna pushes with the powers that are available to us. Now, we do need to use Turmoil's Touch to gain a minor power at some point in the early turns. And so turn 1, we're only going to have 1 air no matter what we do. Turn 2, we'll have an air automatically from the tracks, so we will get the push. So that's often a good place to get double push with, or we're still only going to be at 1 push, right? Because it's air and then 1. So let's think about what we want to do. Frightful Keening is appealing because we could use that to like push Incarnate into here to tag this town in the fast, and then in the slow phase tag this town. But that doesn't give us a good answer to this, unless we're hitting it with our push next turn. The other option would be something like Twist Perceptions. I like to save Twist Perceptions for cities because it allows you to push a city with the strife that's added to it, which is something that normally cannot be done with Voice's power. So let's think about going that direction. With our presence ads, I want to sort of spread our presence out over the island as much as possible. Having sacred sites isn't as important because the right innate is just not going to be done as much as it normally would with bottom track voice. So instead, we're going to try and add presence everywhere so that when we reclaim, which lets us add our incarna to a space with presence, we can take advantage of that the most. Okay, and we don't need to pick an element yet. Frightful Keening, I like this line. We push into here, push the town there, push into here, push the town there, and then next turn, we can tag. Wait, I didn't fully think this through because next turn we will be here and thus wouldn't be able to push into there unless we get two pushes, which we can't realistically do. So maybe we go Twist Perceptions. Yeah, I like this. So we push into here, Twist Perceptions this, and next turn push into here. Okay. And this is a convenient dump land. Seems good. We, no matter what element we pick, we're not going to grab innates. And we're probably not going to be able to pay for any of our good, any of the event cards that might come up. So it doesn't really matter too much. There's no events in the first turn anyway. Okay. Twist Perceptions, push this town into here. And I don't think we need to push it a second time. Okay. And now we go up once more. Turmoil's Touch is good. Because we'll pay an energy to get a minor power into our discard, which is what we will end up forgetting for a major. And this is going to give us destroy a strife town or 2 fear. 1 fear, destroy a strife town seems better than just 2 fear and destroy a strife explorer. So I think we're good on that, which means we're going to want to go for the sun element, which increases the damage you can do to strifed things. Okay, inscrutable journeying. Pop this over to here. In each land with at least 2 explorers, I don't think we have any of those. Push a beast to an adjacent land with no blight. It deals 1 damage there. Love to see it. That's going to stop that build. And during Ravage, we get Dahan defense. Okay. And now we have to add a town with Scotland, or Scotland's escalation. I don't mind having this build up a little bit because it's already just a bad land that will be a problem for us. So that seems fine for me. Okay. It's Turmoil's Touch, pay an energy. Fleshrot Fever, not the worst card in the world. I don't think we need to do this twice, though. Because we do want to eventually bank up a good amount of energy so that when we hit 2 card plays, we can play whatever it is that we pick. 2 damage, kill a town, and get a little fear. Okay. Let's see. I think we're definitely blighting here. And we need to stop this. So the Scotland loss condition, which is normally not that big of a deal, is actually kind of a nightmare for us because of this. So let's think about this. We are going to, if we play all of these, we can push our Incarna once with the push your Incarna space, and then twice with the left innate, which lets us push out of here to stop this. So that stops us from losing to the loss condition, which seems like our most important priority at the moment. We are going to blight in A1, so I'm going to add a presence there just to not have to deal with it. And we're only on 1 card play, so we can't actually do the double push to get into there. We're in a very bad situation. The Scotland loss condition, usually not a concern at all. Let us... I mean, one easy thing we can do would just be to reclaim, which delays our power when we get to the pusher Incarna space. The other option would be to go to 4 energy and 2 card plays, but that also only gives us 2 pushes, so we don't get over to there. I think we do actually need to reclaim. Let's push this here. And then if we're only playing 1 card, it might as well be Twist Perceptions. Maybe Fleshrot Fever. That lets us add a disease into a coastal land to avoid loss condition pressure, which is always good and appreciated. Huh. Okay. The other option would be to grab Turmoil's Touch and use that to gain a major this turn. And then next turn we go up to 4 energy, 2 card plays. So we'll have 8 energy, which is like a very comfortable place to be. This is an unusual problem to have. Okay. I like that, because next turn we'll have a major. Oh, Terminal's Touch only takes a major into the discard, right? So we can't you actually can't use that to gain a major. So scratch that line. Okay. Let's go Twist Perceptions. And no, Frightful Keening I think is a little bit better because that lets us bounce back into here to push this out. And for the element, I think we are going to gain a sun. Add a city to a coastal land with city. Sure. Make the bad land worse. 1 disease to the coastal land with the most towns or cities and do some damage. Sure. May push 1 of our presence from a land with Dahan, 2 damage in the land pushed to. So I think we want to push this into here to stop that build. add a town due to Scotland. Escalation, sure. Okay. Frightful Keening, push into there. Okay. And now, so this has 3 different things in it that are not strifed. 4, now that I look at it. So that is going to be a problem. This is probably a solvable problem, right? We just need to add a strife onto the city there, and then it's all set. So let's go ahead and do the damage here to just kill a town. Okay. And now we are going to go up to 4 energy, so we will have 7 energy. Let's grab a major. Indomitable Claim, very good, though weirdly not super useful at the moment because we don't need to defend at all anywhere. We could use this to defend in the A2, the big coastal land, next turn. So we grab it now in order to not play it. I think that's kind of fun. And let us add some more presence. And so next turn we'll go up to push your incarna 2 card plays. We'll be gaining 4 energy per turn. We'll be in a great spot. And Twist Perception seems good for now. We have, because we G3'd, we have a little air, so we can go twice. Yeah, I think this is good. Inscrutable Journeying. Let's go first into here. And then let's go into here. What element do we want to gain? I think we just go for the moon to get a little bit more fear since we don't have any sun. Invaders don't ravage in lands unless there are, or invaders don't ravage in lands unless there are more invaders in the current terror level. That's fine. We don't have any invaders in our ravage lands. Beast damage doesn't do anything for us. Push a Dahan per disease or badlands. We don't have any Dahan in lands with beasts and badlands. Choose a land to isolate. I think the 5 makes the most sense because that pockets 2 different lands. And we're at a stage 3 card coming up, so it seems good. And we get 1 value out of that pocket. So let's get some fear and twist perceptions to pop that city. I don't think we need to push it. I think we're fine with it being there. Okay. And now we go up to Pusher Incarna 2 card plays. I do think that it is good to start creating some sacred sites in places. Indomitable Claim and Exhale Confusion and Delirium seems good. And we're going to use Exhale Confusion and Delirium to make sure that these don't lose their strife, and Indomitable Claim to stop these from, or to stop this Ravage from blighting. Indom also gets us up to closer to 3 card plays. So we could, for instance, G3 to grab another major, which seems appealing. And we're going to have, we're going to be able to kill a strifed city this turn, which is good. We only have 1 inscrutable journeying tag, though. Oh, we get to push once and then once with inscrutable. So let's go here, tag this city, and now inscrutable journeying here, push this into there, exhale confusion and delirium to stop that ravage, indomitable claim into here, and I think we're going to gain the air to kill off a city. A terrible drought parches the land. Do we don't have any water cards, but we can just pay for this straight up, which I think is almost certainly correct because that means next turn we'll hit the reclaim 1 space, which is huge for us. So let's ease the drought, pay energy, pay 4. And let's add one there. Beast damage doesn't do anything. Dahan defense doesn't do anything. Remove an explorer from an inland land. Okay. And coastal land. Okay. We are looking for a solution to this land, which is a problem and is going to go back to back right now. So we're only playing Scotland 4, so we don't have the Scotland 5 blight into the ocean, which would make this into an even bigger problem. But as of right now, we're going to get 4 blight off of this one. This land, we can probably allow once to blight. That's not that big of a deal for us. But, it's not, this is not good. So we would love to draw into a major that solves this land. If needed, we can use Indom here to sort of stall for a turn, but we don't want to use it too much because we're already close to the end of our tracks anyway. Okay. Let's kill this city. Okay. And we are going to go for a major. Talons of Lightning is 5 damage, which is pretty good. Jungle Hungers will do a ton of work into A2. That seems great. And we can play Jungle Hungers with Indomitable Claim, picking it up off of the Reclaim 1 space. Tiger's Hunting doesn't really do much for us. Talons of Lightning is an air card. Do we have any fire cards? We have one Frightful Keening. Realistically, we're not going to draft another conveniently anytime soon. We just don't gain that many cards. So I don't think Talons is the answer. Though I guess if we go Talons, we could kill everything in here, which could be good. We kill 5, so we kill a city and a town, and then we're going to have several pushes, probably 3. So we go 1, 2, 3. Maybe that is the answer. I dig it. And let's forget, ooh, all of these are like good cards that we don't want to forget. Maybe it feels crazy to forget Indom, but here we are. And now Reclaim 1. Let's go, I don't know, here. And, we don't need Exhale. Maybe we go Twist Perceptions. And we're playing all 3 of these. Okay. We push this into here. We tag the town. We push the town in. And now we're going to go first one, bounce it out. And we are now going to empower, which means we're isolated, which means if we end in the A2 and we tag this, we can stop it from moving, or we can stop it from building. Or if we end here, for that matter. So let's go there. Here. And we're probably not going to be able to stop that from building, unfortunately. But we do get a ton of fear and stop all of the ravages from happening. We are in a very low fear place, and we do kind of need to speed that up because we're about to get into the back-to-back-to-back stage 3 cards. But we also, next turn, when we reclaim, are probably just going to play out a big hand and start hitting our innates very strongly. So, Mind-Shattering Song benefits us if we have equal sun and moon, so let's go for sun. During the first Ravage action, increase the total damage dealt to the land by the invader stage. Okay, so this is now Blight cascading. Isolate a land with beasts. Add 1 Dahan to the land with the most Dahan. Sure, into the coast. 2 fear cards. You can gather a town into a coastal land. I don't think that we want to do that. Choose a different land with Dahan in each defend 2. Not really useful. Okay. Blighted Island. Draw a major power. I mean, let's take this. This is like risky, but fun. None of these have air, which I hate. Wounded Wilds is kind of interesting because we do have a fair amount of blight on the board, right? But it's not really in great places. Settle into Hunting Grounds, I don't love. I think that is not going to get Threshold, not going to do much. Vengeance of the Dead, let's go Wounded Wilds, but I don't think any of these are great. Okay. Add a Scotland town. Okay. So, twist perceptions, strife a city, and we're not going to push it. Turmoil's Touch, we could discard Wounded Wilds to gain a minor, and we're probably reclaiming. The other option is we're going to go up to 7 energy plus 8 if we G3. So we could technically G3 to go to 4 card plays, but I don't think that's worth it for the moment. This gets us 2 city kills in our toughest place. Turmoil's Touch. Yeah, let's discard Disorienting Landscape. Cool. Good elements for us. And I don't think we necessarily want to do that. Okay, let's reclaim. And now we want to bounce through this as much as possible to cleanly add as much strife as we can here. So to do that, first we're going to go here and strife that in. Okay. We use this one to push there. And now we push into here, and we're going to strife. Huh. I think so. Talons of Lightning does 5 damage, so we're going to kill a city and a town with it. So we want to strife one of the towns, and we don't want to push it. Okay. And we are 1 town short of what we would like to have. But we do have a whole bunch of fear cards. We're going to have 4 fear cards. So that might just give us the solution that we need. And if we make it to the end, we're going to be killing a town and 2 cities. Okay, Life's Balance tilts. We could easily discard or forget Wounded Wilds turns against. I don't think we're playing this at all. If we wanted to go the bottom option. So and we have very little blight that we can add, right? We're only at 2 blight. That was the benefit of gaining a major power. So remove a beast, add a disease, discard the top minor power. If it's fast, add a blight. Invaders having -1 health is sort of useful. It'll let us kill an extra town in the slow phase, but not that useful. And the Dahan having -1 health actually hurts us here. The bottom option has the potential to remove a blight, which is great, but giving the invaders +1 health, a little bit weaker. I do think that we want to go Fortify Health. Let's discard Wounded Wilds. We're not going to play that. Add a beast here to maximize our odds of getting something, and we can remove a blight, which is very nice. I'm going to remove it from this real messed up land. Uh, by the way, just like a meta commentary on this game, it's really bad to have both of your dump lands be the same land type. Board A is a problem for Wandering Voice because it incentivizes you to do this because the lands that have the most adjacencies are both wetlands. And I just didn't think about it, so I allowed it to happen instead of forcing it to go a different direction. You could use also this like inland mountain fairly well, or this the middle sands 4. We don't have the Dahan effect because we have enough Dahan. Great. 4 fear cards we're looking for. Add a strife to a land with presence. Phenomenal. So we are saved. Okay. Skip the next normal build. The build card remains in place instead of shifting left. Love to see it. Remove an explorer in a town from a land with beasts, or an explorer from a land adjacent to beast. Okay. The build isn't happening immediately, which is kind of good for us. So we could, I think we want to go for this town because it's not strifed. Add strife to a town or add strife to a land with blight. All of our towns and cities are strifed. Let me check to make sure that's true. It is. Good. So I guess we'll add it to an explorer. Okay. So Mind Shattering Song is just going to kill 2 towns no matter where we put it. And we have 6 lands that are currently building. I guess we should go here. So 2 damage will only kill this explorer, and then we can kill a city and a town with the other effect. Twist Perceptions, we're going to want to add a strife somewhere that we can use it to stop a build. This land does not have any adjacent cities, and this land doesn't have any adjacent cities. And we're actually, we're good. We just need 3 fear to win, because we don't have any cities on the island, and yeah. Perfect. So we just need some fast fear, which Talons of Lightning gives us, and Exhale, Confusion, and Delirium gives us. We have the energy for either. So let's reclaim Talons. And I like none of these. Isolates are useful. Okay. Talons. Was there a 0 cost card in that option? Yeah, I should have picked one of those just so that we could like play more cards, but ultimately this doesn't matter. Talons will win us the game. Okay. This is a sloppy game in terms of like learnings from it. The thing that I mentioned about dump lands, not having them be the same land type, very important, especially in like larger games. That's a useful thing to remember. On 1 board, it's usually easy to avoid, but on 2 or 3 board games, it can be a little bit tougher. I also think one thing that I'm glad I did was forgetting Indom. I think it's very easy to fall into the trap where you rely on chaining Indom over and over again. I think that is more often than not though a way to delay losing rather than a way to start winning. You know, this doesn't do any fear, whereas we did pull up a card, Talons of Lightning, which did get a bunch of fear. It's just, that progressed us towards the win condition in a way that Indom didn't. I think the top track Major's Voice is very fun. I think it is reasonably strong, probably not as strong as the Reclaim loop, but I'm a big proponent for it. I think it is a ton of fun, and I definitely would encourage you to check it out. Thanks for watching.